Shalom Akim, Yahba Shimel Shai Barakdown, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great New Stone, Kahala Yahba Shimel Shai, for giving the Akim this knowledge to bring out to the hopeful elect. Because, brother knows it's hard, but at the same time, it's not impossible, you just gotta make sure you have faith all the way until the end. So you just gotta make sure that, you don't give up, man. You gotta hold on fast. I just got a video right here of Trump, you know, and the leader of Saudi Arabia. We call him Mohammed bin Salman. Yeah, so his trip here is just to strengthen ties with Babylon, to get more weapons, do some more investments, but all that's just gonna come to naught, it's according to prophecy of Yahweh Shimei Shai. I get some precepts, just to edify the Akim, hope precepts, spark brothers' spirits up. It's important we pay attention to these events that happen. This happened like what, last week or so. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and play the video.
Very much, everybody. It's a great honor to have the Crown Prince with us. Saudi Arabia has been a very great friend and a big purchaser of equipment and lots of other things. And one of the biggest investments in the United States is I guess it's your big investment, is buying stock in companies and various other things in the United States and creating jobs. We've become very good friends over a fairly short period of time. I was in Saudi Arabia in May, and we are bringing back hundreds of billions of dollars into the United States, and we understand that, and they understand that. Some of the things that have been approved and are currently under construction and will be delivered to Saudi Arabia very soon, and that's for their protection. But if you look in terms of dollars, $3 billion, $533 million, $525 million, that's peanuts for you. Should have increased it. $880 million, $645 million, $6 billion, that's for frigates. 889 million, 63 million, and that's for various artillery. Some of the things that we're now working on, and that have been ordered and will shortly be started in construction and delivered. THAAD system, $13 billion. The C-130 airplanes, the Hercules, great plane, $3.8 billion. The Bradley vehicles, that's the tanks, $1.2 billion. And the P-8 Poseidons, $1.4 billion. And what it does is it really means many, many jobs. We're talking about over 40,000 jobs in the United States. So we make the best equipment in the world. There's nobody even close. And Saudi Arabia is buying a lot of this equipment, and a lot of people are at work making the equipment, not only for us, because we, as you know, we're getting a $700 billion military proposal, and that's even a lot for you guys. But
yeah, so that's just an instrument of death. That's exactly what the Most High has ordained those weapons for. There's nothing much that Esau could do about it, but it's all preparations for World War III, because that's exactly what the Most High has in mind. And then I look at Psalms chapter 49, verse 11. It says, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names." So that's exactly what Esau's all about, Esau and the heathen. They're all about continuing their rulership. They want to have an everlasting rulership, on the face of the earth. They invest so much money, in all kinds of ventures. But at the end of the day, it's all going to come to vanity, because the Most High, through His Son Yahweh Shai, is going to burn it down. It's going to tear it all up. So that's exactly what's going to happen. All these meetings between all the different leaders of these different nations across the face of the earth is all vanity, you know. So I'm going to go to Haggai chapter 2.
Getting a $700 billion military plan this
And
year,
I
and
read from verse
716
20.
will be next year, $716 billion. So we really have a great friendship, a great relationship. I would really have to say the relationship was, to put it mildly, very, very strained during the Obama administration. And the relationship now is probably as good as it's really ever been. And I think we'll probably only get better. Tremendous investments made in our country, and that means jobs for our workers, jobs for our people. Also, defense. We're talking about defense, and we're working very hard with Saudi Arabia, and they're also footing a big part of the bill for defense. The whole Middle East. We know what's happened in the Middle East, and it has not been a pretty picture for the United States or for anybody. And a lot of things are changing, and they're changing very rapidly. As you know, ISIS is now, we've recaptured almost 100% of the territory, as you probably have heard, before anybody. But we've captured close to 100% of the territory held by ISIS. And we've moved very rapidly, very quickly, and that's really coming to an end in that part of the world. It's coming to an end. And we'll be able to get out of certain areas that we've wanted to get out of for a long period of time.
You know, I can always hear that phrase, it's coming to an end. You know, it's said about twice. You know, so that lets you know, man, we're in the last days. You know, that's exactly how the Most High has ordained it to be. And then let me just fast forward a little bit more so capture.
The relation, it's the cause of more than 4 million jobs in the US of America, directly and indirectly. Also, it's a cause for a lot of jobs in Saudi Arabia, directly and non-directly.
So that's about it. So, you know, all hell's about to break loose. All right. So I'm going to read Habakkuk chapter 2, start from verse 20. It says, "And again the word of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai Ba'ashem Kwakadash came unto Haggai in the 24th day of the month, saying, Speak, O Zerubbabel, governor, speak to Zerubbabel, governor of Judah, saying, I will shake the heavens and the earth, and I will overthrow the throne of kingdoms, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen, and I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the horses and their riders shall come down, every one by the sword of his brother. In that day, said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, will I take thee, O Zerubbabel, my servant, the son of Shealtiel, saith the Lord, and will make thee as a signet. For I have chosen thee, said the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakwakodash. That's about what. So just let you know, man, it's all prophecy gonna come to pass. The Most High is gonna let World War III happen. It's gonna be dangerous times to live in, man. You know, it's gonna be crazy. So if you read Job chapter 34 and verse 24, he says, He shall break in pieces mighty men without number, and set others in their stead. So you know the heathen are gonna suffer a great defeat by the hand of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, when World War III takes place, you know, it's gonna be crazy. You know, missiles going back and forth across the globe. You know, people dying of starvation, people dying of all kinds of acts of violence. Because that's the moment we're living in, man. In the age of violence. Because you know the Most High gave this age unto the Edomites to rule. So that's why there's so much violence. You know. So that's exactly what we're experiencing across the globe. Uh, and then you look at how the Most High is going to turn things around. He's going to cancel the rulership of the heathen and set up his servants, the elect, to take over. So there'll be righteousness upon the face of the earth through his son Yahweh Shai. Okay, so we're going to rule instead of of this heathen, man. You know, the Most High is going to put us in the place of righteous authority. All right. And then the earth will be at rest. So if you read Jeremiah chapter 51, just lets you, know that the Most High has greater plans for his elect. So start from verse 20. Okay, it says, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations. Okay, and you look up the Hebrew word for nations in there in the Hebrew. It says Gawaya. Okay, so that's for the heathen. Okay, so the heathen are going to be torn apart. Okay, by the hands of the elect. So I read it one more time. Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. Alright, so that's exactly how the Most High is going to turn things upside down for these heathen, And then, the Lord don't have to depend on any carnal weapons, man, because, we're a spiritual nation. So it's through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, by Shema Kakadash, that we're going to take down the rulership of the heathen. They're going to be enslaved, And then verse 21 says, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil which that they have done in Zion in your sight, said the Lord Yahweh. So that's exactly how it's going to go down. It's going to be terrible, but man, it's going to be a fearful sight, for the heathen, to take it all in. It's going to be terrible. All that investments here and there, creation of jobs, it's only hogwash, man. Okay, and then you read Isaiah chapter 13. Look at start from verse 19. It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, just through the hands of his angels. Okay. Yep. Oh, the Most High destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah by the hands of his angels. Okay. And it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherd make their fold there. So, all these Arabs, that have business ventures in Americas is going to be burnt up, man. The Most High is going to consume it. And you look in the book of Revelation, talks about, the merchants standing afar off, wailing and sobbing and crying, for the destruction that's coming upon America. It's all prophecy. Okay, so I know how America is going to be in the last end. It's going to be a desolate place. If you read verse 21 and verse 22, it says, wild beasts and doleful creatures and, crazy creatures going to be dwelling over here, man. It's not going to be habitable for people. Okay, so that's exactly how the Most High is going to burn down America, man, because America have already had its run. Its time of rulership with the elites, it's over. All right, so all they have left is just to try to defeat Yahweh Shai, but it's never gonna happen because the Most High has limited their strength. They can't go beyond what the Most High has given them as per the blessings of the missiles and the technology. It's all limited. So it's limited, and it's a waste. Okay, so with that being said, Kahalaya Bashima Shah, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well in diligence and righteousness, and to the sincere Akim, hoping faithfully for Yahweh Shai to return with salvation. I say Shalom.